Welcome to the VR Game Showcase pre-show kickoff with me, your host, Zena. The big show is in less than 20 minutes, including one of our biggest ever new game announcements. But before all of that, we've got 10 new trailers and updates from independent developers and smaller studios. These titles will be showcasing fun and intuitive design, introducing us to new ideas or building on ones we visited before. And most importantly, they look pretty cool. So make sure to wishlist, pre-order, or purchase the games you like the look of. First up, we're getting our gloves on for a punchy new arcade game.
Let them. Fight.
Blockbuster is from the team behind Green Hell VR and Tracked Shoot to Survive, and it launches on Meta Quest today. Coming up next is a big update for a great god sim.
Just hold two elements together and your powers will combine them into something new.
Yeah, let's get to the fun part.
New systems, more buildings, upgrades, and additional quests and rewards are now available in How to God. Later this week, the newest entry in the Stuff series arrives on PlayStation VR 2. Let's check it out.
Run the most chaotic supermarket simulator in VR. Shop and stuff.
Keep it full! Fill it already! Don't keep them empty! Get lost!
No!
Clean the floor!
Look at me! I am cashier now!
Entering ninja mode! Look what I found!
Oh, sure, just...
Shop and stuff. Available now on the Meta Store. Coming to PSVR March 27th.
We've looked after our pets and stuff, shaved and stuff, and now it's time to shop and stuff. Check out the game on MetaQuest now and get ready for the PSVR 2 version this Friday. More multiplayer moves await us in our next game.
Back when you fake like that, head out of the game, I don't play that. You let me go, no you never come back. I'ma be the best, I'ma be the best. Back when you fake like that, head out of the game, I don't play that. You let me go, no you never come back. I'ma be the best, I'ma be the best.
VR climbing gets a groovy multiplayer makeover with today's Peak Rhythm update. Meanwhile, a very different multiplayer experience is making its way to PSVR 2 and PC VR soon. Up to 4 friends can team up to survive the hordes when Along Survive arrives on Steam and PSVR 2 on April 30th, with crossplay supported with the existing Quest version. Next, let's get a new look at Virtual Hunter VR ahead of its Quest and PSVR 2 launch. No animals were harmed in the making of this trailer, but we're willing to bet someone accidentally punched a wall. In our last pre-show back in November, we revealed steampunk zombie shooter Full Steam Undead. Today, we've got your exclusive next look at the game.
Welcome to Necropolis Island. Why not drive the Rune Train, a marvel of occult engineering? Explore the island's mysteries above and below ground. Such incredible scenery. And of course, destroy the undead. Crikey. Goodness me. My word, that's worth a wish list.
Blast the undead from the comfort of your train in a quaint little shooter with some trademark British hospitality. Who says there's nothing new in zombie games? Our next game trades combat for cooking. Regular Food isn't just a cooking simulator. It also lets you manage your restaurant, grow your own food, hunt for produce, and customize your space. It launches on pretty much everything later this year. Also coming later this year is a brand new sequel to a relaxing MR puzzle game. Squingle Arcade is a free-to-play take on the Don't Touch the Sides genre, intended for short bursts of calm play sessions. Our next game, not so relaxing. Confined leaving OKB 1 through 4 continues to look terrifying. But if you're too scared to play in a headset, the game will support flat screen too. Look for a major demo update soon. Now, a quick warning. Our next game has a killer soundtrack, best played loud. So turn up the volume. Unless if you're watching in an office or something.
Another pawn of your dying world sent to face us. How predictable.
Now that's how you do it. Plasmaborn is available right now on MetaQuest 2 and up. Quest players are also getting our next game today. Interlocked Puzzle Island looks like the perfect fit for VR, no pun intended. Check the game out on Quest today, and PC players can look for a full launch soon. We only have 2 more titles left before the VR game showcase gets underway, so let's make them good ones.
The universe is under attack, and this time, only a magical girl can save it. Become the magical girl who saves the universe with crepes. Smack them down hard. Take that. Strike a pose. Unleash your magic. Make it fabulous. Learn by punching. Punch, pose, punch harder.
Ah, Squin.
Supercharge your powers. Crepe Master is your next short, sweet, and completely unhinged VR adventure. Play as a magical girl in a color-fueled mess of aliens and a crepe pan. Grab your pan and wishlist now on Meta Quest Store.
Crepe Master promises to be a tasty treat of an action game, and you've got a little under 2 months to come up with more sugar-based puns before the game arrives on May 7th. Finally, for our pre-show, let's take a look at a very promising co-op roguelike. Two to 3 player co-op, zero gravity exploration, ship maintenance, dogfights, and roguelike gameplay. Soul Protocol looks ambitious to say the least. Make sure to check out the open alpha later this week. And that wraps it up for this spring's VRGS pre-show. Next up is the main event, kicking off with a surprise. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time.
You'd have to be a very stupid person to set us up. Warren Jupiter did just that. He will learn how much that's gonna cost him. We're the aces. The ghost, ace of clubs. The technician, ace of diamonds. The enforcer, ace of spades.
I still think we should just kill him.
Now, where's the fun in that? And me, the mastermind, the ace of hearts. The aces are a family. We heist together. We do time together. And now, we'll take down Jupiter together.
I was so up for some sneaking.
Stick to the plan, folks.
Jupiter, we're coming for you. And everything you got.
There it is. Payday Aces High is an all-new VR-exclusive entry in the smash hit co-op series. And it's coming this year. Fast Travel Games is bringing frantic 4-player heists to Quest and PC VR. Stay tuned for more info later in 2026. What a way to kick off the show, right? And we've got more where that came from. Make sure to have your phone camera out and ready to scan today's QR codes for wishlisting, pre-orders, and maybe even the occasional discount code. Every time you wishlist or pre-order a game, you help developers get more visibility. And every time you join a Discord channel, you have a chance to help shape a title's future. Today, you'll see a range of games from across the VR ecosystem. We'll check in with updates to some of the biggest existing projects and celebrate some of the successes that hardworking developers are seeing. Take Bootstrap Island, for example. The hit PC VR survival game finally launched its 1.0 version 2 weeks ago, with its biggest content update to date. The full version of the game adds a new tribe faction and a custom mode that lets players adjust parameters such as day length, world intensity, and survival systems. But developer Maru VR isn't stopping there. Today, we can confirm Bootstrap's first post-launch content update arrives in Q2 of this year. It delivers a new challenge mode in which players can test their skills in different scenarios, competing for top spots on leaderboards. Not only that, but the team is also adding a new night creature to the game and introducing an improved crate for refined inventory management. And yes, we're all very excited about the launch of the PSVR 2 version of the game. We don't have a final date to share today, but the studio says it's nearing the end of development, so it won't be too much longer until we hear more. We're also looking forward to next week's launch of another gem, Beat the Beats. Dodge, block, and of course, hit, in a VR rhythm game that intuitively blends high-energy gameplay with boxing-style moves that quickly feel natural. The game features 9 albums, each with their own visuals and genres. Players can even take on tougher B-sides and clear daily challenges as they punch their way to the top. Beat the Beats hits Quest, Steam, and Pico next week. Wishlist today, and if you haven't tried it for yourself yet, a free demo is available now. One of our all-time favorites is finding its way onto PC very soon. Puzzling Places arrives on Steam on April 9th, bringing its enormous library of 3D jigsaw puzzles not just to new headsets, but also desktop and even Steam Deck. Today, Realities.io is launching a new version of the game's demo with an additional puzzle, improved VR support, and even cross-platform multiplayer. We can also confirm Puzzling Places will launch for $7.99 with 18 puzzles. 4 years' worth of monthly DLC packs will also arrive on Steam in the weeks after launch, totaling over 300 puzzles combined. Stay tuned for more updates, including a very creative new idea from the Realities team after launch. And finally, just over 2 years after its launch on PlayStation VR 2 and Steam, Legendary Tales launches its highly anticipated DLC expansion today. The Dawn of History expansion adds a huge amount of content to the cooperative, physics-driven dungeon crawler. That includes plenty of new dungeons and maps, enemy types, spells, weapons, and skills, while new items like the ring accessory can enhance your stats. Alongside the new weapon classes like the spellcasting staffs and books, players can expect more legendary weapons, including a buckler that comes with a skill to hook enemies and pull them towards you, a new sword with an area of effect attack, and even a legendary dagger that returns to your hand when thrown. There's also a new divine skill tree that will allow you to assist friends by healing them during dungeon raids. You'll even face new bosses and discover a new seal system to imbue weapons with magical properties. Plus, developer Urban Wolf Games has increased the level cap to 60, whilst completely overhauling the game's stat system. And that's just scratching the surface of what awaits you in Dawn of History. You can go and pick up the DLC on both PSVR 2 and PC right now. And if you don't have the base game, it's currently on sale on both platforms. And don't forget, Legendary Tales also launched on Quest earlier this year. Of course, today is also about new games like Payday, Aces High, and this one.
You may have heard that VR is dead.
Or that VR is dying.
But that couldn't be further from the truth. Doug Northcook, the creative director and CEO at Creature. Making VR games is so hard. I love VR games. We're partnering with the VR Games Showcase to co-stream our Creature feature, our annual showcase this year, which will be airing on May 6th. New games, some of the greatest VR games ever made. Games you never thought were possible. Games that we love. Creature feature, May 6th.
From Deadly Delivery to Crossings and Maestro to Thrasher, the Creature label is supporting some of VR's all-time best games. And we can't wait to see what's next during the upcoming Creature feature. You'll be able to watch the show right here on the VRGS channel to see more games like Compass, the incredible 6th title from Prison Boss studio Trebuchet. I mean, just look at this game. We cannot wait to see more. Okay. Next up is some long-awaited news from one of the most anticipated titles in VR right now.
The first time I played Exoshock, I experienced one of the most visceral and intense VR first-person shooters I've ever played. So I then decided to join the small but mighty two-man indie team over at Polarity One to help take Exoshock to the next level. And today they have asked me to share some epic news about Exoshock's future roadmap with all of you. I'm proud to announce the release of Exoshock Founders Edition. This is a limited edition one-time purchase that costs $12.99. And this gives you instant access to Exoshock's development build and every future update as the game continues to grow. This will include a new map, new weapons, new items, a new progression system, and extra mission-based objectives leading up to the official store's release, where you will receive a digital game key for either Steam or MetaQuest. Founders will also be the first players to experience Exoshock's full co-op multiplayer mode, and as a thank you for supporting the development of Exoshock, you'll also receive an exclusive Founder Discord role with private access to the developers, an exclusive Founder Suit skin and badge, plus your name immortalized in the Exoshock's game credits. Right now, Exoshock supports Steam VR and MetaQuest 3 and MetaQuest 3S, but soon Exoshock is also coming to Valve's Steam Frame and Sony's PlayStation VR 2. Plus, flat-screen players will be able to join the squad with full cross-play between VR and non-VR on PC, PS5, and Steam Deck. Please use the QR code at the end of the video or the link in this video's description to become an Exoshock founder, allowing you to play right now, support the development, and own the game forever at the cheapest price it will ever be. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the game in the future and in the community Discord.
All contract objectives complete. Return to the dropship for extraction.
Yes, finally. You can go and play Exoshock for yourself. This is your chance to get in on the ground floor with one of the most promising shooters around, and be a part of something as Polarity One and VRAL build towards a full launch. Exoshock is a game we really hope to see build over time. Games that players can return to for new experiences are an incredibly important part of the VR industry, as our next 3 titles from Triangle Factory, Alchemy Labs, and Shell Games demonstrate.
Hi, Wesley from Triangle Factory here. We've been providing frequent updates to Forefront ever since our early access launch in November last year. 2 new maps, 3 new vehicles, 4 new gadgets, tons of new features, improvements, and much more. We're gearing up to the game's full launch. Forefront 1.0 launches April 23rd with a final price tag of $27.99. So get in for less while you still can. Forefront 1.0 will be paired with a brand new map, new content, and a PC VR update with real-time lighting and improved effects. But before that, we have one last big update we want to share with you. Fjord is available later this week.
There's lots still to come for Forefront. The PSVR 2 version is still in deep development, but Triangle Factory has confirmed that it will launch with all maps and that the team is looking to bring some of the upcoming PC VR improvements to the platform. Plus, the game will be using various features unique to the headset. Later this week, Triangle Factory is also releasing a supporter pack DLC with gun skins, charms, and more. A great optional way to support the Forefront dev team. Just a reminder that Dimensional Double Shift is free to download on Quest and Android XR. On top of next month's Spoilando content, Alchemy recently launched a new accessibility update that includes the ability to snap turn and more. So now's a great time to check out the game.
Here we go. Here we go.
Not this one, but the next one.
Among Us 3D's Definitive Edition is the culmination of nearly 4 years of updates and events from the Shell Games team, as they hand the reins back to Innersloth. We can't wait to see what Shell's cooking up next. That's 3 great games you can start playing today and have plenty of reasons to go back to in the weeks, months, and years to come. And speaking of something for the months to come, One More Delve is one of those games that seems to defy logic. It's a solo project made by a student developer that looks like it could compete with some of VR's best dungeon crawlers. We can't wait for launch next month. We're also happy to confirm that developer ATVR is currently exploring post-launch content, including new weapon classes, spells, and bosses. And while they're not ready to confirm anything today, they are looking into a PSVR 2 version of the game too. Next up are 3 games heading your way in the very near future, including this week's launch of a multiplayer, BMX, scooter, and mountain biking game we've been dying to play.
Congratulations, human from Earth! You've been recruited by Glorpo Incorporated to work off your debt. Every day, you and your crew will be assigned a different job. On your first day, you will be abducting more recruits. Bring in anyone with debt and make sure they're up to Glorpo standards.
Screw you and your Glorpo!
Give them their probes, wash their brains, and make sure they are compliant. Got it?
Huh?
Next assignment, take care of our station's youngest inhabitants. Feed them, wash them, keep them entertained. And your final assignment, cooking at the Glorpo Vision Music Clash. No matter how strange, give our performers anything they need. Yes. And remember, don't mess this up, human. Make sure nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, goes wrong. Now get to work!
Don't forget that Space Control currently has a demo out on Steam. Give the game a try before its full launch on PC and Quest on April 1st.
Hey there, it's Eike, producer of The Amusement.
And it's Mark, game director of The Amusement. And we want to give you all a glimpse behind the locomotion magic that we've integrated into our upcoming narrative adventure game.
Your father, noble as his efforts were, has failed.
You don't have to keep protecting her from the park.
I'm protecting her from you.
In The Amusement, we use redirected walking that have the goal to enable real walking in confined play spaces.
In the maze demo, we wanted to ease the player into using all of their room-scale space with impossible spaces. Different parts of the environment are activated while others are disabled, so that we can overlap different parts of the environment while moving you closer and closer to the centerpiece of the maze, the mighty giant Rubitsaal.
Rotation gains are another way how we can expand play spaces. Head rotations of the player are amplified so that a virtual turn is slightly larger than a real turn. We use it in this interactive carnival puzzle game, for example. Essentially, we are resetting your play space as you step forward into more of the environment.
We overlap these redirection techniques more and more in upcoming levels, combining them with a bunch of movement mechanics. Climbing, carts, elevators, and pulley platforms, to name a few. Try it for yourself in our Steam demo, and get your steps in when The Amusement launches on April 16th on MetaQuest and Steam VR.
The Amusement shows that developers are still innovating with VR locomotion, and it looks like a really compelling puzzle adventure game too. Make sure to check out that demo before launch on April 16th. We're very happy to say that our next segment is sponsored by Little Nightmares VR Altered Echoes, launching on PSVR 2, MetaQuest, and Steam VR on April 24th. If you missed this month's trailer, here's another chance to catch it.
Peggy 12.
Okay, it's time to look a little further afield. Here's 3 more games we're looking forward to in 2026, including new titles from the developers of Medieval Dynasty New Settlement, A Fisherman's Tale, and Silhouette. Yes, we're bringing the full gameplay reveal of the Lightkeepers to the next edition of VRGS this summer. We'll have a little more news on that in a bit.
The train will be accessible for only a few seconds as it exits the tunnel, before it reaches the factory and the bomb detonates. You'll have only 60 seconds. Make them count. Try that one again. Start recording. My turn. Good work, operator.
Plans. They take all the fun out of missions.
Look at it this way, Tick. You get to leap aboard the speeding train and defuse a bomb with seconds to spare.
You're used to seeing into the future, operator. Why don't you choose which mission we take first? All right, operator. The mission is yours.
Spymaster offers more puzzling ingenuity from the team at Innerspace. We're keeping a close eye on this one. Panoptic 2 is the sequel to one of the best examples of asymmetrical VR multiplayer. Go and support a small team making great games.
You got the flash drive?
Got it.
Good.
Shit! They've sealed the main entrance from the outside. Find the exit stairwell now! That card handy. It ought to be useful.
Shit!
Nice one. That'll open the door. Bad news. Homelander's on his way.
What the fuck do I do?
Rooftop's your only exit. Get moving before that cape-wearing wanker shows up.
Butcher, Homelander's already here.
I'm trying to find an exit.
So, we finally meet. The terrorist from Votland who murdered 3 soups and made such a mess at Sage Grove. You know, I don't know what I expected, but certainly not this. Though you do remind me of someone. Hugh Campbell. Starlight's twink boyfriend, total loser. But I underestimated him. I won't be doing the same with you.
Lucas, run, now!
You're already dead. You just haven't hit the ground yet.
What I love about the boys' trigger warning is that developer Arvory is pulling from inspirations in the immersive sim genre to create a deeper gameplay experience than you might expect. We're looking forward to seeing just how bloody this revenge mission gets when the game launches in just 2 days on MetaQuest. And stay tuned for more information on the PSVR 2 version. Alright, it's nearly time for our last segment of the day. But first, a little news from us. We're very happy to announce our first ever summer edition of VRGS, taking place around the Summer Games Fest weekend. We've always wanted to give VR its own spotlight in one of the most exciting times in the gaming calendar, and this is the year to do it. We'll share the final date soon, but look forward to even more game announcements and updates, including Postal 2 VR from Flat to VR Studios. And speaking of Flat to VR, let's close out the show with what has become something of a tradition here at VRGS. Let's get the latest updates from Impact Inc., Flat to VR Spark, and Flat to VR Studios.
I am Phil, founder and creative director for PlayXD, and this is Primal Rumble. slapstick combat card battler for MetaQuest, made to feel just like a toy playset coming to life in the middle of your room. We wanted to build a game where the strategy is real, but the humor is the real payoff. Something full of charm that's fun for everyone and for all ages. We've always loved slapstick, handcrafted comedy where the little details do the heavy lifting. You'll see that in how the primals move, react, and show off. It plays like a proper card battler with clear rules, quick turns, and choices that really matter. Winning earns you new cards, and that's where the fun really grows. Tweaking your deck, trying new combos, and learning those little tricks. The big thing is presence. The arena can sit on your coffee table or can scale up into the room. And the primals feel like collectible vinyl toys with real weight and personality. We're taking just a bit more time to polish and get the game just right. But if this feels like your type of game, we'd really appreciate you wishlisting Primal Rumble on MetaQuest.
Hey VR community, I'm Francois from the Tech Breakers. On behalf of the team, I'd like to thank you for the support you've shown V-Racer Hoverbike, and we've got something big for you today.
V-Racer Hoverbike has come a long way this past year. We launched on MetaQuest, PSVR 2, and we had several updates, including Halloween and Christmas events. And honestly, the best part has been you, the players. The liveries you've designed for bikes, suits, and helmets have been incredible. And it made one thing obvious. You wanted even more ways to be creative. So today, we're launching the V-Racer Hoverbike Track Editor. It's live right now on all platforms. Build your own tracks, publish them, and race what the community creates. Go wild with endless loops, create the ultimate speed trials, or just keep the multiplayer sessions fresh with endless community tracks. We're also adding a new female rider option and the HGP 1000 career with a new set of cups to compete for.
You should buy this game.
You really wouldn't know this was ever originally a flat screen game.
On top of multiplayer and quest support on May 21st, eagle-eyed fans may have also spotted a hint at the addition of a new class in that trailer. Well, here's a bonus. You can go and unlock and then play as the Superbot on PSVR 2 and PCVR today.
Hey everyone, I'm Elliot Tate from Flat2VR Studios. Last year we announced Flat2VR Spark to help some of the best modders turn their amazing work into fully licensed releases. And today we're really excited to show you the very first one, and that's Flat Out 4 Total Insanity VR. We've taken Flatout 4 and completely rebuilt it for VR. You're right there in the cockpit for every crazy bone-rattling hit, every near miss, every massive pile-up. There's classic racing, arena battles, a stunt mode, multiplayer. It's all there, the entire game. It's not just a portion of it. We made it in close collaboration with really a legendary VR modder, a good friend of mine, Mutar, who's also known as No More Flat.
Hello, it's Sergi. Nice to meet you all. I'm very excited for this project. For me, the goal was simple. Keep what makes Flatout fun, then make it even greater in VR.
Mutar really did something seriously impressive here, bringing full 6 degrees of freedom VR to a game running on a custom engine. And because the original game was built as a third-person experience, the interiors were really not even modeled. And so we actually brought one of our talented artists in, Adam, who painstakingly rebuilt every car interior in the game with new cockpit geometry. He upgraded the dashboards, improved textures, and we really spent time getting the engine right, running well in VR. We added DLSS to make the game look super sharp. So this is exactly what Spark is for. We pair some of our favorite modders, creators, developers, and support them as they work on just some of their dream games. And we really hope this opens the door to getting a lot more amazing games officially launched in VR. Flatout 4 launches in early access on Steam VR Thursday, April 23rd this year.
Hey, I'm Baggy from Team Beef. We spent years honing our skills, bringing classic shooters into VR. Now, we've taken everything we've learned and brought it to a title we can't wait to share.
Wrath opens with the Outlander, adrift on an ageless sea, suspended somewhere between life and death. Drawn to a world by a mysterious being, you are charged with hunting down angelic entities who have succumbed to corruption and unleash ruin and monstrous horrors. You weren't the first Outlander here, but will you be the last? This is not a simple conversion. With our partners at Flat2VR Studios, we've rebuilt and refined Wrath so it plays like it belongs in VR. Hands-first combat, real interaction, and pacing that keeps you moving. The weapons pack a satisfying punch. Dual-wielding, two-handed, flick reloads, real breakable artifacts. Our goal with any VR port is simple. Make the player feel the potential of the character's abilities. We've had free rein to improve the underlying game based upon community feedback and our own experience. The gore, blood and body parts have been brutalized for maximum effect. We've added an addictive slide movement, slow motion power-ups, all whilst optimizing, fixing and balancing. We really hope you agree this is the definitive way to experience the dark world of Wrath, Aeon of Ruin.
If you followed or supported our ports over the year, thank you. This is a combination of years of work, learning, friendship, and engagement with our awesome community.
That wraps it up for the Spring 2026 edition of the VR Game Showcase. We're off to wishlist Flatout VR and Wrath, pre-order the boys' Trigger Warning, grab Forefront ahead of full launch, and, well, much more. Thank you so much for tuning in and helping to build this show out to be the spotlight VR gaming deserves. We'll see you soon for our first ever summer edition.